Watch football without the restrictions of blackouts or cable? Check out expressvpn.com to help you get access to all the live games. Sign up today using the link in the description to get 3 free months. Action. Kia ora, Bolt fam, it's the director. Dudes, has this not been the longest off season of all time, right? Like, holy crap. I think this may have been the longest off season that I've experienced since the 2020 season, right? It's just like, man, we need football so bad. This season is for a different reason, right? Man, did we kill it in the off season. We've just been waiting all year long for Chargers football to kick off, and it's gonna be here tomorrow, man. I am so pumped for that stream. I could absolutely scream, man. Who's excited in the chat, dudes? Let's get some shout outs here real quick. We got Joss Rob, we got Morthenian, we got Hugo the Doorman Boss, we got Angel, we got Ricardo, we got Blaine, we got Jay, we got Kayla, we got SC, we got Ozma. We got a lot of people in the chat today, man. Good to see everybody in today's episode of Sim Sundays. Of course, this is going to be the season finale of Sim Sundays. Honestly, guys, with everything that happened last week, I was starting to worry we wouldn't have time to finish out the series before the season kicked off. We're gonna do it today, but we're gonna do it a little bit different. We got to cut the time of each game down. So instead of 15 full 15-minute quarters, we're gonna do 6. I know it's not exactly proper, but we're going to do what we can to make sure the actual finale of the season gets in here. Is that okay with you guys? I think that should be okay, man. So we're going to actually start off with the Chargers versus the Indianapolis Colts, as we do have 3 games to get through today. We want to make sure that we can get everything out the door as soon as possible. As I just realized, we got to go back real quick. We got to go back real quick right after this. Actually, you know what? I think it's a lot faster just to reset it this way. There we go. There we go. We'll quit the game like that because we didn't set the clock right. We did not set the clock right. So let's get this set up real quick one more time. Custom game. We want to go to the Colts and the Chargers. There we go. If you guys are wondering how I do it, you just kind of go down there in the middle. We're going to set this to quick presentation, and we're going to set that's what we're looking for right here. That to 11 seconds. All right, now we can get into it. Bang, bang, baby. Let's go. One more sleep until Chargers football season is officially here, baby. Let's go. Good to see everybody in the chat, man. Dexter plays, Zach, Chris. Hey, man, what do we got? Like 50 people in the chat for a Sim Sunday? Not too bad, baby. Let's go. Good to see you, Nightwave. So obviously, while we're going through Sim Sunday today, it's going to be a great time to talk a little bit about the season opener tomorrow. Family, trust, respect all over the chat. I love to see it. And the Chargers will take the field versus the hated rivals of the Vegas Raiders. Of course, some unfinished business there from last season. Oh, dude, so what a great game to start off the year in our schedule today, as Austin Eckler is going to bust up the middle for a nice run of 5 yards. I figured we want a little back-to-back Chargers. You know, a game stream experience could be a good time for the Bolts go undefeated this year all the way. Hey, man, how crazy would that be? How crazy would that be? Throughout the stream, too, I'm going to be asking you guys what your record is going to be for the Chargers this season. Again, I have our floor at 11-6. As Austin Eckler's going to pop off a huge run. Gets into Colts territory at the 48-yard line. My floor is going to be 11-6 for the Chargers. I think if I have a number that I'm going to stand firm next to, I think my prediction is going to be 13-4. One more day, Perk. One more day. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Raiders smack talk. Even my best buddy in the world since childhood, okay? I did not know he would turn out to be a Raiders fan, nor a Chargers fan. Talking some smack yesterday. It's all good fun, though. I mean, it is until it isn't, right? It is until it isn't. He's a Raiders fan. That's what I'm talking about, Asma. Sometimes, man, sometimes the world wants to throw a wrench in your perfect existence. Here comes Austin Eckler with another fantastic run. You know, I don't know how many people play Madden Ultimate Team, but I've been rocking with Austin Eckler for a long time. I think 2 days ago, picked up DeMarco Murray, and he's been great. But I don't know how much better he's been than my Austin Eckler. We'll have to wait and see. Every Herbert touchdown tomorrow is, yeah, dude, let's go. I'm so excited, man. Justin Herbert, the Chargers, taking the field tomorrow, as we're going to get a nice first down there by Everett, who, again, guys, tomorrow, I don't know how many people saw the game preview video, but I think Everett's going to be one of those under-the-radar guys to watch tomorrow. Because if you take a look at the Chargers last season, a big part of their game plan was to get after the Raiders, and specifically with the tight end. Jared Cook had 70 and 80 yards in both of those contests last season, and he also did put up a touchdown. Here comes Justin Herbert with the H-bomb. Do we have our first touchdown of the Sim today? Welcome to the Sim Series finale. Mike Williams, that's a Chargers touchdown. Sim Series off to a very good start. Mike Williams over the top, able to bring it in for the first score of the day. Dexter says, do we get a surprise start with JC, or do we err on the side of caution? I would say if I was a Brandon Staley and taking a look at his track record, I think it's like an 80-20% chance that he doesn't start tomorrow, unfortunately. But hey, I mean, the kind of surgery that he got, as far as I understand it, it's going to keep him on the field more often than it's going to keep him off the field. I think he maybe misses 1 week, which is unfortunate. I would have loved to see that Devontae Adams versus J.C. Jackson matchup. But I think the Chargers are still looking really strong despite that, which is crazy because he's our best corner by far. Ricardo thinks he's playing. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't heard anything official yet. Nothing official yet. But definitely would be very exciting to see the surprise in the morning of J.C. taking the field. We got a short week. We need him for KC at 100. That's also a good point there. If we needed JC for one of the two opening games, it would be versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I hope so, man. No, I hope so. I got my fingers crossed. I got my toes crossed. I got everything crossed, hoping that JC makes his debut with the Bolts tomorrow. I did see that, though, Hugo. He says, did you see Coach Staley's smirk, though? I did see that. I don't know if he's just playing that, ace up the sleeve right now. If he's like, hey, they have no idea that JC's playing. I thought that as well. I was like, he might be playing everybody. How does Trey fare against Cosby? If that's another sport, I wish I knew. He doesn't have the elite wide receivers like the Raiders do? Yeah. Realistically, I think Staley would be cautious and sit JC. I mean, again, if you take a look at what happened, like even last season with Joey Bosa, Bosa was healthy and ready to come right back as he's got his X Factor on right now. We might have missed a sack. Oh! And he elected to let him sit out because of the history he had with concussion. So maybe that just, I don't know. Maybe that just speaks to his caution, you know what I mean, when it comes to injuries. Because the Chargers, I don't think for any, accident or any coincidence, have been, knock on wood, looking a little healthier the last season. I think it's because of the precautions that Brandon Staley does take. Dexter says Crosby, Pipkins, and Max. Gotcha. Okay, Max Crosby versus Trey Pipkins. I think if the Chargers... We get another big sack right there, baby. Who was it? That was Kenneth Murray up the middle. Love to see that. I think that if the Chargers have one weakness, it's going to be on that right side of the line. And if I'm the Raiders, I understand this. If I'm the Raiders, man, if I'm just talking out loud, right? If I'm just spitballing, if I'm the Raiders, I may line up Chandler Jones and Max Crosby on the same side. And that would be Trey Pipkins' side quite a bit this upcoming game. Just because that is the one weak point on our offensive line. Everywhere else is pretty solid. From Slater to Filer to Lindsley to Zion, like that entire line looks pretty dang good. But that right tackle spot, It's going to be an issue this year. It's going to be an issue. And if there's one player on the Raiders that I would say, if I were labeling the top 3 players that we need to worry about as, oh no, the Chargers are going to throw a pick. And it's coming right back, Stephon Gilmore. No. If I were to rank 1 through 3, the top players that I'm to watch out for from the Raiders, it's going to be number 1, Max Crosby. Then number 2, Devontae Adams. Number 3, Darren Waller. I think in that order. Those are the guys to watch out for. And unfortunately, the number 1 guy is going up against our biggest weakness on the team. Hey, turn down my music. Make sure we don't get slapped by YT. Thinking that the new Derwin 3 jersey in powder blue, that you can never go wrong, man. Can we bring back DJ Fluker? Yeah, I'm super excited, man. Yeah, the classic Madden Sim throw. It's kind of worked out that way all season long. Here comes the Colts. Tossing one underneath. It's going to go for 9 yards. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. Why would Madden have Justin throw off the back foot? It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. What's kind of crazy with how unrealistic Madden is as well is that they have one huge thing in Madden that people like don't really know about unless you're like a big-time Madden fan, are the throwing motions for the quarterbacks. That is a huge deal, especially on competitive play. And so even with the like Madden tournament, MCS, like yesterday and a couple of days ago, almost everybody's running Aaron Rodgers because he's got the only sensible throwing motion in the game. They gave Justin Herbert one of the worst. And every year, the last couple of seasons, I'm like, why? You watch him in real life, he's got one of like the fastest releases in the NFL, but for whatever reason, Madden, trying to be realistic, gave him the worst one, which is really backwards in my opinion. Either way, I always rock with Justin Herbert, even on online and Madden Ultimate Team. I just adjust to the timing of his throws, but certainly would love to see it, you know, at least respect-wise, in like the top 5 of the NFL at the very least. What's going on, Bolto, baby? Compared to the 93 Madden on Sega, it's pretty good. Yeah, All In, dude. It's been so cool. I mean, like, All In my opinion, has always been, like, just a notch below a Hard Knocks. This season, it feels like it's even better than Hard Knocks. It's kind of crazy. Raiders fan, been talking trash all week. Hey, man, I'm excited. I got Raiders fans in my life, too, dude. And obviously, I get hit up a lot, especially in the DMs. Holy crap, man. They go looking for fights. I've just been, you know, saying, you know, whatever you want to think, bro. This is your life. You think the way you want to think. I just don't want you to be disappointed. You leave it at that, and then you come back the day after, and you unleash hell. What's going on, Ronnie Tsunami? Madden stuck on Rivers release. What's crazy is that Rivers, I think a couple years back, he got a legend card or something like that with the Chargers. His release was crazy good because he was letting go of the ball like halfway through the motion. You guys remember that weird Phillip Rivers motion where he kind of threw it like it looked like it was going to go off to the side, right? But it's just because that's where he let go of the ball and he still had laser point accuracy. His release was crazy good, whereas Justin Herbert's is not good at all. The Chargers cannot convert on a 3rd down. It's going to be a 4th and 1 at 25, likely a punt. Hey, Ronnie, thank you so much, man. CO47, which I think I remember's Chris, right? Chris, he says, $5 holla. So pumped for football. Got a 9-game parlay tomorrow. Dude, good luck. He says, good to see you this weekend, director. Looking clean, feeling like victory. So excited, man. So excited. Oh, dude, it's going to be so tough. I do this every single season. The night before Chargers kickoff, I literally cannot fall asleep because I'm just fueled by adrenaline and hype. I literally cannot fall asleep until like 5 in the morning. So I'm like, okay, if you fall asleep now, it's only 9 hours till football. If you fall asleep now, it's only 5 hours till football. If you fall asleep now, football starts in 2 hours. Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm so excited, man. Chris, thank you again so much for the $5 holla. Only one more sleep away until the Chargers kick off at SoFi Stadium versus the Vegas Raiders. Appreciate it, man. Hugo says, I have a few in real life friends who are Chargers fans. After the relocation, they became fans of other teams because I'm becoming a Raiders fan. Oh, dude, that's a spite move right there. Oh, I hate that. I mean, again, I understand it. I understand because San Diego is a big reason why I became a Chargers fan too, man. I had roots in San Diego. And I was part of the whole Save Our Bolts campaign. I was really upset, man. I was really upset when they moved. But at the time, man, we still had, Keenan Allen and Joey Bosa and Phillip Rivers and just a whole bunch of players that I love. There's no way I'm going to leave them behind. And that translated over to LA, and now there's a whole bunch of new players that I love. So yeah, we're building new roots now, right? We're growing new roots. Yeah, Hugo. Ugh. We got to send that man a gift basket. Couple dookie wraps. Here comes Matt Ryan, tosses it to the sideline, too high, 2nd and 10. He says, well, I'm a San Diegan. Yeah, I feel you. It was tough, man. It was tough. And I remember I was already in Utah at the time too when I heard it, when they made it actually official. And there's a video my wife took of me walking, sulking in 3 feet of snow just out in the middle of the street. I was so upset, dude. It helps think about the Chargers as an OG SoCal team. That's what I'm saying too, man. I feel like when it comes to NFL fandom, the biggest thing that, I didn't have to worry about is that obviously I wasn't living in San Diego, but I spent a lot of time there. And there's got to be so many traditions built within families, right? Where you're going to go catch a Chargers game with your pops, and this is something that he did with his pops and his pops before him, and for it just to be gone, I sympathize. I sympathize hard. I think JC surprises the Raiders and plays tomorrow. Hopefully. But yeah, it was upsetting. It was upsetting, definitely. I always wanted more excuses to get back to San Diego. Here's 1st and 10. Underneath, it's Nyheim Hines. And the Chargers bend but don't break. They're at the 24-yard line at this point. Richie Lloyd. About 13 months. That's crazy. Month 14 now here, my friend. Week 1 is tomorrow. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Bolt up, Richie. I'm feeling the hype today, dude. That's kind of why I wanted to get on the Sim Sundays and not because we did this last season. We got all the way to the last episode and we just ran out of time. So this upcoming year in 2023, I want to start it 2 or 3 weeks earlier so we can make sure we can get done with Sim Sundays. But we weren't going to miss it this year, man. I wanted to get some of that hype. I wanted to get some of that energy in the chat before tomorrow. As Indianapolis has a minute 01 with 24 seconds left. Of course, if you guys did not catch the beginning of this episode, we did shorten the quarters quite a bit to make sure we can get through all 3 games with the limited amount of time we got today. As the Chargers almost get an interception there. That is J.C. Jackson. Good to see you, Richie. Oh, by the way, guys, we'll show them again between the games. But if you guys did not know, we launched our giveaway for this kickoff, to celebrate kickoff. We got an Antonio Gates and LaDainian Tomlinson signed jerseys being given away. Of course, I have to imagine most people here are already subscribed, but you guys need to make sure to hit that link as the Chargers almost grab another interception there. That was Jerry Tillery. That's going to be 4th and 3. There's a link in the description of this video if you guys want to go sign up to try and win that Antonio Gates jersey. And then all crew members are automatically entered for a signed LaDainian Tomlinson. And we're going to be pulling the winners for that here in a few weeks. After 50 years, San Diego didn't support the team. It is what it is, man. What's our record for Sim Sundays? We are 11-3 right now. 11-3. Chris coming back with another $5 Holly says, what's more likely, Bandy to become a focal point to the offense? Van Looy leads us in sacks, or Spiller/X split carries 50-50 by the end of the year. Oh, out of all of those, I think it'll be the last one, that Spiller and Eck split carries, even though I still think it's going to be Sony Michel at this point. I think Bandy, as good as he is, there's just way too many players in front of him. Kyle Van Noy would be going up against Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa. Spiller, Eckler, it kind of depends on how they want to use him. You know what I mean? I think there's it's still a very small percentage chance. But I think it's a slightly larger percentage chance than the other two. But still, that's a good question. I think Chris is always coming in here, exercising and giving reps to the hypotheticals in my mind. Interesting one, though, man. Interesting. Thank you so much again, Chris, with the $5 holla. These people that abandoned the bolts, yeah, it is what it is. Big John, welcome to the crew, guys. Give him some love in the chat, especially if you are a crew member with them custom emotes. I think I'm hoping by tonight I can get everything updated to the new logo. There's a couple of things still sprinkled around the channel, including the membership icons, which we need to get updated. It's exactly the same, all the same colors, everything, just the lightning bolt instead of the controller. Thank you so much, Big John. Can't wait to see Eckler and Sony go off. Yeah, I think, again, Spiller's back, baby. Off the injury report, here comes Justin Herbert. Again, there's that release. Oh, I hate that in Madden. Looked like he had a guy open. He was getting ready to toss an H-bomb, and he just couldn't get the ball off. Oy. Oy. Brandon Say has been smirking, been asked about JC. I mean, I'm hoping, man. I'm crossing my fingers. I have to assume, you know, people ask me if he's going to start. I have to take Staley's track record and kind of go off of that instead. Here comes the screen by Austin Eckler. He's going to get wrapped up right away. 37 seconds, and it looks like the Colts are calling timeouts, trying to grab another 3. Watching the Bills, I'm glad we have Herbert to counter Josh Allen. Dude, Josh Allen, that game on Thursday, it made me realize that we need to go through the Bills and not the Chiefs if we want to make it to the big game. Of course, the Chiefs are still going to be great. The Broncos should be really good this year, right? Chargers are going to be great. Raiders should be okay. Enough where they can maybe steal a game away from us this season. It's going to be a tough ride in the AFC West. But I realized on Thursday that going through the AFC West is going to be the trial by fire any one of us needs to try and face the Bills. That team is legitimate because we already knew their offense was really good with Josh Allen. That defense is insane. The Bills' defense is something else. And I'm hoping a lot of people carry that same narrative and that same opinion about the Chargers after tomorrow's game too, because the Chargers offense was already really good. We put a ton of resources into the defense. I'm hoping that same spirit lives in the Chargers roster. If everything come together real quick and come together in a way that Brandon Staley had envisioned, I think the Chargers could be one of those teams where it's like, hey man, this team is already really good. That defense though, it's taking them to another level. Chris, welcome back to the crew, my man. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Bills beat the Rams. Yeah, the Bills didn't just beat the Rams. They pulverized the Rams as Nyheim Hines is going to pick up a first down in Chargers territory. I think you are, man. That's why I say welcome back. I was like, sometimes YouTube doesn't put out the right stuff, but I think you were, man. GG's. What's my fantasy team looking like? Oh, okay, all right. I'm going to pull it up real quick because I made a move, man. I made a big move. One that I'm sure will make a lot of people super happy. And I got the big brain energy out here, dude. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because I knew exactly what I was doing. Okay, at the halftime, I'm going to show you guys, okay? At the halftime, I'm going to show you guys. But I from the draft on, I knew exactly what was happening. How JC running is doubtful for tomorrow. Again, running and then, like, keeping up with the receiver and coverage are probably two different things. As the Colts are going to miss it, 7-3 is your score, 9 seconds before the half. And the Chargers likely going to just run it once here. Cutting and running around and trying to keep up with the receiver, it's going to require a lot more flexibility from your joints. I have to imagine they want to give him a little bit more time. But then again, the Chargers play their next game just on Thursday, if you can believe it, Thursday. So hopefully that's enough time. As Herbert's going to hit Everett on the sideline. They could go for a Hail Mary now if they wanted to. 5 seconds. If they get something super quick off for like 10 yards, maybe they can go for a field goal. Oh, scratch that. They're on the other 47. How do I get a membership? I wish they would make it easier for people on their phones. Because as of right now, the only thing I tell you is check out the link in the description. I think that'll take you to the page for the memberships. But as for the PC, it's very simple. There's just a little join icon right there. As the Chargers may get a PI. We might get a PI, and that might be a free 3. Oh! The Chargers are going to end this quarter 10-3 with that PI. I probably would have gone for the touchdown right there, if I'm being honest. I've been like, you're going to pay for that one, dudes. But still, up a full touchdown, we will take it. Your halftime score is going to be 10-3. Okay, real quick, guys. And I'll tell you the story behind it here in just a second. This is my fantasy team now, okay? I know we got Patty Mahomes in there, but I know this league. I've been in this league for 11 years. I know what they're going to do with quarterbacks. I saw Patty Mahomes where he was, and I was like, if I don't get a good quarterback here, I'm going to be reaching for a poor quarterback much later. So I grabbed Patty Mahomes. We got Justin Jefferson, which you see that little K right there? Let me make it a little bigger. That K means that he was a keeper. Okay, that K means he was a keeper. It's a 2-keeper league. We got Michael Thomas, Najee Harris, Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz, Rashad Penny. Pretty strong, right? But Austin Eckler is a big one right here. So my 3 keepers right now, I have 3. Justin Jefferson, Najee Harris, and I did trade for Austin Eckler. That was Alvin Kamara. And the reason it says keeper is because it was somebody else's keeper. That's the big move I made. I went and traded for Austin Eckler. I had Alvin Kamara. All right, so we'll get back to the game and I'll explain how that works. Let's take that out of there for a second. So before the season had started, the guy who had Austin Eckler and kept Austin Eckler in the first round, he's a huge Saints fan, right? So what I did during the draft is I knew that I have to get Alvin Kamara because that's his favorite player. At the very least, I got to get Alvin Kamara, and I'm going to draft a couple more Saints, hoping to strike a deal with this guy. And I sent him the first trade, and at first he was like, I don't know. And a couple of days later, he came back at me with another trade. He says, okay, let's do it. I want Alvin Kamara, but I'm going to need a good wide receiver as well. So I also added on DK Metcalf. And we made it happen. So that's a big brain deal by the director. I knew I wanted Austin Eckler. I drafted Alvin Kamara knowing that he's likely going to be part of a trade package for Austin Eckler. And that team is looking super stacked. Super stacked. 1st and 10 for the Colts at the 50. And I knew last year when I was drafting, I drafted some younger studs. I got Najee in the 3rd. I got Justin Jefferson in the 2nd. My league isn't very high on most young players as far as the rookies are concerned. So I was able to get a pretty good deal on those dudes. And I carried them over as keepers this season. Now I got probably the number 1 or number 2 wide receiver. I got 2 top 5 running backs. I got a top 5 quarterback. This might be a dub season for director. I'm not going to lie. And I've already won this league 3 times. 3 out of the 11 years. Chris coming back with a $2 haul says, let's hear you take on Baker and Carolina this year. Hey, man. My take on Baker, I just want to see that dude succeed, man. If anything, just to kind of prove to the Browns that they screwed up big time. I know Baker's nothing super special, man. He's nothing super special. But I would have 1,000,000% kept Baker over trading for Deshaun Watson. If I'm just being honest, man. Even beyond the sticky situation with Deshaun Watson, I just feel like even if it was a suspension for something else, I don't like that kind of risk, especially how he hasn't played in 2 seasons. I thought it was really disrespectful. Good for Baker, man. I hope that he goes out there and stomps the Browns. It's their first game, right? I hope he stomps the Browns their first game. Thank you for the $2 haul, my man. Hugo says, I'm in 2 leagues. I'm so mad the person before picked Herbert. I had to pick Mahomes. Dude, my wife did the same thing to me. In the 2nd round, she looked me dead in my soul. And I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And she pulled the trigger on Herbert in the 2nd because she knew that I would reach for him in the 3rd. Or I guess the 4th. Maybe she picked him in the 3rd. I think she may have picked him in the 3rd. But it was really high is all I remember. Yeah, you guys see what we did there. So Justin Herbert's been with the Chargers. Barely lost the Raiders by 3 and 5 points. Yeah, and again, I think a lot of that had to do with things beyond Herbert's control. That's why we call him the Raider Slayer, because Herbert individually is unbelievably good. As Khalil Mack is going to get the forced fumble, and Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa force a huge 4th and 19 together. And that's going to be a big defensive stop by the Chargers. We would love to see Khalil Mack pick up that fumble, but still nice stop there for the Bolts. 41 seconds left in the 3rd, and the Chargers will get the ball right back. Yeah, Justin Herbert, dude, again, you take a look at his stats. He goes for over, 311 yards, 2.5 touchdowns a game versus the Raiders. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how good he individually is versus the Raiders. Now that we've got ourselves a really nice defense, just wait, man. We got a defense to match this season. God, I'm happy with my fantasy team. Here comes Josh Palmer with a nice 9-yard reception. Of course, the stats aren't going to look crazy, okay, guys? Stats aren't going to look crazy as the quarters have been cut in half. Night trying Jedi mind trick to... Yeah, dude, I feel you. Just believe, man. Believe in the Force. I don't know if you already gave your prediction. What's your score prediction for tomorrow? Let me hear your guys' first, man. Mine's already on my video from yesterday. I'm going to say the same exact thing. But what's your guys' score prediction for the game tomorrow versus the Raiders? The record for Sim Sundays is 11-3. Right now, the Chargers got a touchdown lead over the Colts. What are your guys' predictions for the score tomorrow? Let me know in the comment section. Did Miss Director do the Staley smirk when she made that pick? She did. She smiled, and then she looked at me like, this is going to hurt him. Should I be smiling? She did it. She pulled the trigger. 3rd and 1 for the Chargers. All right, your score predictions for tomorrow. 27-14 Chargers. 34-14. 31-24. 34-27. 31-20. 31-21. 33-10. So a lot of people thinking that we're going to go over 30 points. 27-21. 27-24. 27-7. 27-17. 38-10. I will say that there was one person that guessed my score prediction. Is Austin Ekeler's going to pick up the first down? I think tomorrow, just being a little conservative, right? I think the Chargers, even if this was two different teams, okay? Some people would be like, oh, you're so biased. Like, no, if you take a look at their situations, even if it was two different franchises facing each other, Chargers have themselves a really good defense. Not very many weaknesses outside of, let's say, maybe linebacker. They look fantastic. They got the right tackle weakness on offense, but a top 5 offense and a, we'll say, potentially top 10 defense going up against a team that has one of the worst offensive lines in football, one of the worst secondaries in football. As good as their offense is, as good as their pass rush is, they've got some major issues. So just at face value, my score prediction is going to be 27-17. That's where I'm at right now. I think they do put up a couple scores, but I think the Chargers, for more of the game than not, are going to keep them locked down pretty good. Austin Ekeler's going to get a decent carry there for 4 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up at the 40. What's going on, Drew? Good to see you. So that's where I'm at. 27-17 is where I'm at. And I think that maybe they could put up over 30. I absolutely do believe that, but I don't know if they're going to have to. I think the defense is going to put on a show. Chargers dropping 25 plus. Palmer goes for 80 in the tutty. Please, sir. As Gerald Everett's going to pick up a nice first down there. Who's some of your guys' underdogs? I think as far as offense is concerned, I know that Austin Ekeler's going to have a crazy game. The dude puts up over 100 scrimmage yards and a touchdown pretty much every game versus the Raiders. So we know him and Justin Herbert are going to be good. What about between Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Gerald Everett, Josh Palmer? Of those players, and maybe let's throw in Sony Michel as well. Of those players, who do you think is the slept-on guy the most? I think, the obvious answer would be Keenan Allen. But I did a lot of looking into the Chargers versus the Raiders the last couple of seasons, and there is a couple of guys that do stand out. If you guys watched my video, you're cheaters, so you already know what's going to go on. You already know what I'm going to say. Well, who are your underdogs? Kyle Kallstrom coming in here says, been arguing with Raiders fans. Already a dumb idea, I feel you. But their lack of logic and separation from reality is baffling. They think their O-line is better. I'll take Chargers 34-21. Dude, that's what, again, I was looking up the PFF grades of all their offensive linemen just a couple of days ago, and it is bad. It is
been
bad.
Arguing with Raiders fans, already a dumb idea, lol. But their lack of logic and separation from reality is baffling. They link their O-line is better.
Dude.
I'll take Chargers 34-21.
Baffling. Again, if it was two different teams, if it was the Jets versus the Dolphins, and they were giving me similar numbers, I'd be like, yeah, whoever's got the better offensive line, the better secondary, the better defense probably has the edge. Now, it doesn't mean that we're guaranteed to win. Of course, anything could happen. If there's a testament of that, it's versus the Raiders. It happens a lot versus the Raiders. But still, I just feel like at face value, the Chargers definitely have the edge at a couple of different components there. So you're under. So thank you again so much there, Kyle Kallstrom, for the $10 holla. Appreciate the love there, man. Who's your under the radar guy who might put up some nice stats tomorrow? So in the chat, I'm reading Josh Palmer. I'm seeing Palmer, Carter Palmer, Everett, Palmer, Sony Michel. Lots of Palmers. One Jalen Guyton. I'll give you guys mine. I think, again, like we said at the top of the episode, I think Gerald Everett will be my number one under the radar guys. The Chargers go for it. Why didn't you take the points? You would have been up 2 possessions. Stupid. No. Oh, man. 1st and 10 for the Colts. Madden logic right there. Of my underdog, under the radar guys, I think Gerald Everett is number one for me. The Chargers the last couple of seasons really like to attack the Raiders with the tight end. If Jared Cook can go for 80 and 70 yards and a touchdown in his 2 contests last season, I think there's a chance that he has a good game, right? It's Gerald Everett number one for me. Then Mike Williams. And that comes down to the matchups. He's going up against Averett, right? Who is outside the top 90 cornerbacks in the league. Not to mention that Mike Williams stands at 6'4" and Averett stands at 5'11". He's going to be dunking on him all day. After that, I got Josh Palmer. Then Sony Michel. And then who was the last guy? And then Keenan Allen. I don't think he's flying under the radar too much, but I do think that the last couple seasons, he hasn't put up the craziest numbers versus the Raiders. I think around 50 yards has been about his average. No scores. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Here comes Matt Ryan with a big pass right there. It's going to be incomplete. Dangerous pass in the area of Derwin James. What's going on, Envy? Good to see you, man. His wise neighbors on the roster. Fun fact, Xander Horvath actually changed his number to 40, and I think that was just a live update by Madden. It is Xander Horvath in the game. They just changed his number to 40. Here comes the pass rush, and that's Khalil Mack with a huge sack. 2 sacks for Khalil Mack. And it's going to be 3rd and 17 for the Colts. Of course, 4th down territory as they are behind a touchdown with only a minute 21 left on the clock. Chris says, I know your thoughts on NFL Plus. You swear by ExpressVPN and Game Pass. Yes, that I do. But what about NFL Plus and ExpressVPN routed to Los Angeles? Can't really afford Game Pass. I feel you there. And honestly, I haven't had a chance to really test that. But from what I've heard, it doesn't work. I think that there's some people that figured out a way to get NFL Plus to work on their PCs. And with that, I've heard there may be some success with the VPN. So if we can find a way to get the VPN working with NFL Plus on a PC, I think that may be the only route that works right now. But as far as I'm concerned, 4th and 17, it's incomplete. This is the Chargers game. As far as I've heard right now, because NFL Plus exists pretty exclusively on mobile devices, which do have GPS tracking, it's a lot harder to bounce your signal without the app really knowing where you are, if that makes sense. So on a phone, I've heard that there's been a lot less success than there has been with Game Pass. And, overall, I think the biggest reason why I swear by Game Pass and a VPN is because I like the best version possible of the things that I take super seriously. The things that I take super seriously as far as my hobbies and my interests are Chargers football, Star Wars, and gaming. Those are like my top 3 things as far as my hobbies and interests. And so with those 3 things, I always want the best version possible, right? With gaming, I have to have, the nice controller, the elite controller. I need to have, the best version possible to enjoy that hobby. I need to have the nice TV and the nice headphones, right? I need to be able to enjoy it that way. With Star Wars, I got a freaking Stormtrooper in my studio. I'm building a Boba Fett right now. I have an award from Lucasfilm for a fan film. I love Star Wars. And with the Chargers and football in particular, I have to have access to every single game. I have to have it on my big screen TV. I have to know that I'm not going to miss any game, that everything is included. And that's the reason why I like and enjoy that route, because it's the best thing for me, right? That's why I definitely recommend it to most people. That's going to be your game. Chargers 10-2, Colts 3. And the Chargers will move on to 12-3 in Sim Sundays. I should say the Sim Series, as we're here on Saturdays. Very interesting. But good question there, Chris. Chris is always in here with an insightful question. Love it. We'll take a look at the stats real quick, and we'll move on to our second of our 3 games here in the season finale of the Sim Series. Eddie says, over-under Chargers' new and improved defensive line draws at least 2 false starts penalties against the Raiders' weak offensive line after drawing 0 penalties January 9th. I think the Chargers' defensive linemen, I don't know what their record is or what their history is with penalties. I have to say at least 1, right? That's nothing too crazy. But I also do think that they're veterans and they know what they're doing. They're on the same page with Brandon Staley, so it could be under. I don't know. It's a good question there, too. Let's take a look at the Chargers' statage here. Again, only 6-minute quarters, so Justin Herbert not breaking 100 yards. Nothing too crazy. A touchdown and an interception. Rushing at Austin Eckler, 4.3 yards per carry. Receiving at Gerald Everett, 3 for 23. Keenan Allen, 2 for 27. Nothing crazy. Mike Williams with a huge touchdown to open the game. His 1 catch, looking pretty good. Then defensively, I think our player of the game is pretty obvious. It's going to be Khalil Mack, right? Forced to fumble, 2 sacks. I think that's going to be your player of the game. We'll be right back, guys, as we set up the next game, all right? Give me 2 seconds here. We'll be right back. And we are back as the Chargers and Rams game is about to kick off. Fun fact, this was the game circled and highlighted on my schedule for the game I wanted to attend the most this season. This was going to be the game that I attended. But once the schedule came out and I learned that this game was on New Year's Day, I was like, I don't think we're going to be able to swing that, man. My second most anticipated game was the season opener, which again, scheduling conflicts restricted. My third was against the Dolphins because I still remain, I respect Tua. I really do. I like Tua as a player, and I wanted to see him live, and the Dolphins, which I think are highly underrated. So that's the game we're going to be attending, is the Chargers versus the Miami Dolphins on December 10th, as the Rams are going to draw a penalty on the Chargers. Joey Bosa. That's going to put him at the 46. But this was the game that I was most excited to see, and I think we can take him, man, especially with what we saw last night. Still a tad bit under the weather, but nothing too crazy. Here comes Matthew Stafford, going to sling it underneath. I think 3 is Robert Woods now. And that's going to be close to a first down for the Rams. DeAndre Carter. Oh, you guys talking basketball. This app let me watch all the games. Gotcha. And again, I cannot condone the sketchy places. I will not judge, but I cannot condone because I view it as a little less reliable. And again, I like to go all out when it comes to my football. Big sack by Joey Bosa. Matthew Stafford goes down. 3rd and 9 coming up. Chargers defense could get a stop here after a very promising start for the Rams on offense. Director, how are you? Yesterday was 1 month of working out, eating healthy, few cheat meals on the weekends only, water for 1 month. Hey, there we go, Miguel. Good on you, man. Stay on the health kick, dude. Go out there and help yourself feel a little bit better, man. Improvement of life in general, man. Proud of you, dude. Proud to everybody, man. I know a lot of people have been getting on that health kick. If I had anything to do with that, I'm absolutely honored, man. Absolutely honored. Go out there, make the best version of yourself. And above all else, feel good about yourself, man. Keep on it, dude. Keep on it. As the Chargers do force a 4th down, and they're going to get the ball here on offense very early in the first quarter. Let's go, baby. 1st and 10. Oh, by the way, we switched it to arcade just for this game to see if the stats can look a little bit better. Just a little bit better. We might go back to regular sim here with the season finale. We'll see how this one turns out. We're just kind of having fun with the season finale today. Raiders starting offensive lineman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Miller, Simpson, James, Cotton. It's bad. It's really, really bad. I mean, we don't know. Again, maybe it's so unknown that we don't know. Maybe they come out and they look great. As the Rams are going to get... Did they just... What? Hey, I missed it. The Rams got 2. Did they just force a safety? Get out of here, man. I missed it. What happened? I looked up expecting the Chargers to start their first offensive possession, and now they're punting it away from a safety. What happened? Oh, tragedy. Pause on strolling around block, unfortunately, due to extreme heat. Yeah, dude, it's been so bad out there. Tropical storm, not great. Yeah, the weather's been so bad, dude. Me as well, dude. I've been trying to keep my weightlifting and stuff. I actually, in my studio, I put a little section over here with my weights just to do it indoors because it's been so hot out. Even out here, it's been close to or near 100 or over 100 for many weeks now. As the Rams are going to get the ball back in offense. What happened, man? We got a safety? I have no idea how that went down. And then, of course, I got a membership at a gym, too. But I need to go to the gym more often, I'll be honest. It's got its AC and everything, so it's comfortable, but I got to find a way. But there's ways, even if it's not the most convenient. As Cooper Kupp's going to get a big reception there. Hey. When I get Madden 23, I'm making Scott's kick power 99, please. He's been one of those underrated guys this season. I know it's just a punter, but man, we all wanted Matt Araiza so bad. And I would have been so hyped if we did. But after that and learning everything that he did, we dodged a huge bullet, man. And then we ended up getting J.K. Scott, who looks like the next best thing since sliced bread. Crazy. Here comes a handoff to Cam Akers. And Akers is going to pick up 16 yards. That's right. Akers is number 3. I have to see what number Robert Woods. Robert Woods isn't on this team anymore. He's a Titan. Number 3 is Cam Akers. Mack and Bosa will have fun sacking Derek Garbage. That's what I'm saying, dude. The Chargers, one of their biggest strengths, if not their biggest strength on defense, is their pass rush. And the Raiders just do not have the line to hold up. As Khalil Mack is going to get in there for his sack of the game right now. Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack going crazy. Next to Matt Cypher's director, do you remember that? Yeah, I do, man. Envy Talent says, $2. Says, do you talk about the whooping the Bills did? Yeah, dude. We talked a little bit about it. I was talking that I came to the realization that the Chargers are going to have to go through the Bills and not the Chiefs to make it to the post or through the deep into the postseason this year, because that Bills team looks stacked. And I was saying, I'm making comparisons of the Bills and the Chargers because we already knew they had a good offense, a lot due to their quarterback and Josh Allen. Their defense is already okay, right? But the additions that they made this offseason, highlighted by Von Miller, that really took them over the top. That defense is what impressed me the most on Thursday. Wow. Right? And I'm hoping that the Chargers can go out there on Sunday and kind of make a similar statement like, hey, man, this offense was already really good. The defense now, that's going to put them over the top, and I think we could see that. Chase, what's going on, man? Says, where's Joe at? Is he on the sideline? Not today, Chase. Not today. We got our awareness stat boosted up to 99. Mr. Joe has been exposed and dealt with. Appreciate the love, though, there, Chase. You got me so bad last time, dude. I had to go into hiding like a hermit. Bills exposed all the Rams' weaknesses, director. Yeah, they did. They're looking good, man. They're looking like a very complete team. And Stephon Diggs and Jalen Ramsey. That was ridiculous, man. What's going on with Jalen Ramsey, man? He's been dipping. Higher security when Raiders fans fight each other. Yeah, I know, man. We already seen some fightings in the streets. Austin Eckler with a nice reception there. First reception for the Chargers on offense. Of course, they got the safety. This will be their first possession on O. 2nd and 2 coming up. Cooked. Absolutely cooked. Burnt toast, man. That way we have Josh Allen's baby brother in Herbert. It's like a mini version of Allen. He is, and he ain't mini either. He's much bigger than Josh Allen. Josh Allen's already huge. The craziest thing I remember seeing on Thursday was how much they let Josh Allen take off. I don't know if I want that as a Chargers fan, but that was interesting to see. Josh Allen, man, at one point, he was getting tackled by like 2 or 3 players. They were trying to like rip his legs apart. I was like, ugh. If I'm the coaching staff, man, I have a little sit down with Josh. I'm like, hey, man, that was great. You can do that if you really feel it's like a safe bet. You know, go ahead and slide, go out of bounds if you need to. If you need to take off, but have an out. Because if he's not careful, that could be detrimental to their season if he's not scared. Or if he's not careful. Yeah, because that stiff arm was insane. Yeah, he's been taken off, and he looks really good. He looks like, you know, a little Cam Newton-esque. But holy cow, man. Be careful. Davis in the fantasy going against Diggs. Yeah, that's nuts, dude. Here comes Justin Herbert. Tosses it underneath. On 2nd and 11, that's Josh Palmer. And giving us a 3rd and 3 for the Bolts. Going to end up like Cam Newton if he doesn't do it. That's what I'm saying there, Charlie. Cam Newton, so good for what, 4 or 5 years maybe, running it like that. And then his decline was sharp. It was quick. It was sudden. It was bad. It was bad. Cam Newton, Big Ben, yep. That archetype of running or of quarterback has definitely been proven to deteriorate a lot quicker if they do what Justin Herbert's doing right now, and that's taking the ball on foot. Justin Herbert, 6 yards on the rush there. That was appropriate. The first rush of the night for Justin Herbert during that conversation. Just think, if we play this postseason, Von Miller is going to be up against Trey Pipkins. That's what I'm saying, dude. I really wish the Chargers went after like a Darrell Williams or something, just to make me feel a little bit better. Andrew Luck, yeah, too, man. Andrew Luck. Here comes Justin Herbert slinging it to Keenan Allen. Keenan's going to pick up a solid 9 yards. Chargers in scoring distance now at the 2nd and 1 coming up. All in on Dameon Pierce in fantasy. Yeah, dude, Dameon Pierce could be the real deal. He could be the best thing since Kareem Hunt, in my opinion, in his rookie debut with the Chiefs. Of course, the Chiefs have a much better offense even back then. But Dameon Pierce seems to have the talent. Here comes 2nd and 1 for Justin Herbert. He's got Austin Eckler underneath, but he's going to hit Keenan again, and Keenan's going to put on the moves, and Keenan gets us down to the 3-yard line. So far, the Chargers defense holding up real good versus the Rams offense, and the Chargers offense continues to drive. Let's see 7 on the board, baby. Man, better put some respect on Herbert's name and his overall. Yeah, dude. Oh, I was sick. I was sick when I saw the overalls. It's like, man, you're gonna put Joe Burrow like 4 overalls ahead. That's stupid. As the Chargers do get into the end zone, and it's number 7 for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, who's been one of the Chargers Sim Sunday's darlings in this series. He was going crazy first half of the season, slowed down a little bit in the second half, but really has looked impressive through the Sim series. Stop saying Keenan is going to decline. He's showing no evidence of it. No, I'm not saying he's going to decline, but I feel like it's a combination of, yes, the age. He's going to be utilizing the slot. Again, I view him a lot like Larry Fitzgerald, where he's still going to be putting up some nice numbers, but it's also got a lot to do with the ascension of the other players, right? We got an upgraded tight end. Mike Williams should see a lot more production this season, at least in the way that they utilize him. And then, of course, you got the pass-catching back of Austin Eckler. You got Josh Palmer rising, in that wide receiver position as well. So I think when everything kind of balances out, it's not that Keenan Allen's declining so much as he is not going to be asked to do quite as much as he did. But he's still going to be one of those guys that's going to come up clutch. 3rd downs, you know what I mean? He's going to get some touchdowns. He's going to put up some nice stats. But I don't think it's going to be as crazy as we've seen in years past. That makes sense. He's going to still be very, very good. But the ascension of the other players is also going to pay dividends to his stat line. Chris coming in here with the $2 haul says, would love your opinion on my parlay. Twitter DM. Gotcha. Let's pick up the Twitter here real quick. My man. Okay, my man's got Jacksonville. Okay. +4 over the Colts. Is that what I'm seeing here? I'll be honest, man. I don't know how to read parlays that well. Let me take a look at the schedule here real quick. It says don't go easy. Okay, I'll hold you to that. So just make sure I'm reading it correctly. Okay. So they're playing. Jacksonville's playing Washington. Jacksonville at +4. Okay, I can dig that. Indianapolis is playing the Texans, which they're going to win by 7. Yeah, I think that's going to work out. Detroit at +6. The Eagles. Yeah, I can get behind that. Chicago. And the Niners at +8. Yep, New England Patriots on the Dolphins. 3-5. I can get behind it. I think, honestly, the Dolphins might really stomp. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry, we got to get back to the game. I think the Dolphins might really stomp the Patriots, if I'm being honest. That's the one where I'm like, maybe. Cincinnati. Who's Cincinnati playing? Oh, the Steelers at -6. Yeah, I think those Bengals are going to be huge this season too. I'd probably go even -10. Baltimore, and again, I don't read these as well as most people, so you got to take my face value for it. Baltimore Ravens. I saw them up here. Who are they playing? Ravens. The Jets at -7. Okay, I'll take that one. And the New Orleans Saints, the last one here, and they are playing. Where are you, Saints? The Falcons at -5.5. Yeah, I think I would stick with that one too. So the only ones that I would be like maybe a little bit pushy back on are the Patriots and the Bengals. Other than that, I think I feel pretty good about it. Jack Shiesty. Hey, Jack, send me that link on Twitter, and I'll check it out after the game, man. Appreciate it. Does that DM you the Chargers hype video? Please watch. I will. But yeah, I like it, man. Appreciate that, Chris. Everyone is trying to be like Mike Vick. Yeah, I feel you. 2nd and 6. Chargers got the ball. And that's going to be Gerald Everett, who just scored the touchdown. He's coming right back. I think we may have missed a defensive play. My bad, guys. My bad. And the Bolts, with 1:37 left, are driving. Already up 5 points. No, I got you, boy. I got you. I'll take a look right after the game for sure. And here comes Austin Eckler on the nice reception there. The Chargers got some time here, man. At the 48-yard line, they got 1:13. Another touchdown will put them up. Now we're into the weird numbers. 12 points, that's 2 possessions. 1 possession if they grab themselves the field goal. You see the interview Pat McAfee did with Derwin James? I have not yet. I have not. I'll have to check it out. Josh Palmer extension look like next offseason? Josh Palmer, it would be the season after that, right? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Like Shane Day. Yeah, Shane Day's been great. I know a lot of us were really worried about the guy previous leaving, but Shane Day's been pretty good. With a new do, I can get behind it. See someone say TikTok Chargers are going 8-0. The Chargers, if they can beat their first 2 opponents, I wouldn't put it against it, man. I wouldn't bet against it. Because I think the Chargers, again, after the Chiefs and the Raiders, it's smooth sailing until around that time. Yeah. And not smooth sailing because, of course, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. But, man, the matchups are not nearly as tough as they are later in the season. If anything, I hope they get those wins so that they can carry that momentum into that later half of the year because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy how stiff it gets in the second half. Here comes Justin Herbert with 51 seconds left. He's going to toss it, and it's going to get batted down by Jalen Ramsey. Honestly, lucky it didn't get picked. 2nd and 10 coming up. Not entirely sold on Palmer. Has high expectations because we had Keenan Allen so long, but his route running leaves a little to be desired. Pretty good hands, though. I think what I see from Josh Palmer, the route running, I have to tell you, though, man, I have to disagree on that just a little bit. I think his route running has been absolutely spectacular. And the biggest thing that got me thinking that was during practice, there were a couple of clips that I saw online. I was just looking for, footage from practice. Can I see? There were several instances that I thought I was watching Keenan Allen, and then he turns around and it's number 5, and I'm like, what? This dude is looking a lot more like Keenan Allen every day. I think his route running is one of his strongest features. The thing that's holding him back for me is speed. As the Chargers, did you see that? That is a Chargers touchdown. Keenan Allen goes up between defenders in double coverage and brings it down into the end zone. 13's in the chat. What a play by Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. Yo! Big moves there. The Chargers are going to go up 14-2. 13's in the chat. I love everything about Josh, but I do agree that we need to see a little bit more. We need to see it. We need to see it this season. I think this is the year that we start making some believers. Wow, man, 13's in the chat. That was quite an impressive play. Chargers up 14-2, and the Rams got 17 seconds. Let's go! Right as you mentioned, he reminds you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That is fate. That was amazing, man. Great catch by Keenan Allen. And I think Josh Palmer, he's going to start to ascend this season. I think the eventual plan for Josh Palmer is to step into that Keenan role a couple of years down the road when Keenan maybe decides to hang. But I think Keenan's the kind of player that you can count on to play into his mid-30s. Again, I view him a lot like Larry Fitzgerald in the terms of his the amount of time that he can stay in the sport. I think you move him into the slot, he's got that same skill set, in my opinion, to dominate at that position until he was, like 34, 35. Larry Fitz played until he was, like 37? Insane. Insane. Yeah, he's learning a lot from Keenan. He really is. Do you think Sony Michel's going to be big value with Eckler? I think he's a great pickup. Yes, I do. And again, I had been preaching it. I've been screaming it from the heavens since the bottom of last season. The Chargers so badly wanted to get themselves a very reliable running back too. They were so deadly serious about it. They drafted a guy who I think was a second-round value pick, and then they went out and they picked up Sony Michel, who's a very, very good running back too. They were deadly serious about it, so I do think he's going to pair up very well with Austin Eckler. They complement each other very well in their skill sets. Drafted Eckler, Diggs, Renfro in the fantasy team. Wish me luck. Good luck there, Andres. Good luck. I dominated my fantasy draft and my keepers and everything because, again, we're a keeper league, so it kind of takes last year and bundles it up with this year as far as strategy goes. So, again, last year, I was all about getting them young studs that had high upside for the next year, and I hit on 2 very good players and at very good values. I hit on Najee Harris in the third round. And we have a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan in our league. I remember talking to him afterwards, like, why did you let me, get Najee Harris so late? And he was like, oh, I just don't think it's there. Big Ben's bad. He was right about a lot of things, but I was like, yeah, but it's a running back. I think he kind of supersedes those concerns. Justin Herbert's going to pick up a saucy 15 or 20 yards even on that carry. So anyway, I got Najee Harris in the third. I got Justin Jefferson in the second because nobody really knew his potential, right? We saw something big. We wanted to see something, so it improved upon. He was a huge value, and I ended up keeping both those guys in the third and the second this last year. Drafted Alvin Kamara in the first round because, of course, there's a lot of players that got kept that would be first-round picks. Traded him away for Austin Eckler. This team's pretty stacked. Pretty stacked! I'll give one more reminder, too, and then I'll let it go. This is my team, man. I am so hyped for this team, man. Mahomes, Jefferson, Thomas, Najee, Eckler, Ertz. I almost traded for Travis Kelce instead of Austin Eckler because I was so stacked everywhere else, but I wanted Austin Eckler. I think he's going to be great again. And I still got DeAndre Hopkins sitting on the bench. He's going to be one of those guys that comes in clutch late. As Austin Eckler's going to grab another reception there for about 10 yards. Justin Herbert over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns so far. And Chargers driving into Rams territory. Sounds good, Hugo. Enjoy. Herbert slides there. Yeah, he does. So taking that first hit, he learned right away he don't do that. Yep. That's why I was so shocked to see Josh Allen running all over the field taking hits on Thursday night. Crazy. Here comes Justin Herbert. Another nice reception to Keenan Allen, who's kind of been the star of this game today. Keenan Allen. First down at the 21. We calling Melvin Gordon a bust yet, or did I miss the train? I think Melvin Gordon was good. He just ticked a lot of us off when he decided to go to the Broncos. Ugh. Boy. Heck, we're going to have an excellent year. Our offensive line is beast in run blocking. Yes, they are. Here comes, speaking of run blocking, little Austin Eckler bouncing around. But we are going to see a holding penalty versus Gerald Everett, which does negate that. First down coming right back. Kind of Josh Allen's thing to do. It's a hurdling stiff start. Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. As awesome as it is to see, as tough as we know Justin Herbert is, that he could do the same thing. We saw him obliterate a Kansas City Chiefs linebacker his first game in the NFL. As awesome as that is to see, I would err on the side of caution with that. I'd be like, hey man, if you see it and it's safe and you can slide or go out of bounds, take it every time. If there's nothing else open, take off. Find a way to get down safely, right? But Josh Allen, he's throwing caution to the wind. And he's really fun to watch. But it is risky. It's very risky. 2nd and 9. It's another run by Eckler. Nice running lanes there. He's going to pick up about 4 yards there. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Chargers, even with the field goal here, can go up 2 possessions, which is really nice. So play it safe. 6-minute quarters. We're almost done with the third already. $2 help from Chris. He says, you sure starting Michael Thomas with that hammy? He's in there right now. The guy I have that behind him just in case, my backup. As we're going to see another touchdown. And it's Keenan Allen again. That's a Chargers touchdown. And the Bolts going up 21-2 on the Los Angeles Rams, who look lost, defeated. Oh, man. Beautiful play there. Keenan Allen. He's probably going to be our MVP by the end of this game. $2. I appreciate that, though, Chris. Yes, so right now I got Michael Thomas in there. Until I hear something that, concerns me, he might stay in there. But if he doesn't, I got backups in Darnell Mooney and Brandon Ayuk that I'll probably swap in. But I think Michael Thomas, man, for what he is and what he could be, I got him somewhere in like, I don't know, like the 8th round. He was like wide receiver like 30-something. I was like, dude, if he's even like 50% of what he was when he broke the reception lead, the reception, record and all that kind of stuff, I think he could be a screaming deal. I don't need him to be a wide receiver 1. But if he's a solid wide receiver 2, that's a huge bar because people were drafting him like a wide receiver 5, wide receiver 4. Ridiculous. Rams looking real? Yeah, they are. Their defense. But I appreciate. Good looking out there, Chris. I appreciate that. $2 holla. Much love. Here comes the punt to the Rams. And if the Chargers defense can look as consistent as they have been so far, all they got to do is hold on just a little bit longer. And we got another win here. The Chargers now, 12-3 after their last victory versus the Colts. Love to see them go 13-3 with beating the Rams. I knew it too, man. Before the season even started, I wanted to go to this game because I was like, I think the Chargers can take them. I think we're at that point where I'm like, I know they just won the Super Bowl, but man, the Chargers are looking real good. Rams kind of took a step back all over the place. Here comes Joey Bosa. Lots of pressure. Throws it into coverage. And Alohi Gilman slaps that thing down. Woo! Anyway, I don't know. I'm hyped for this game. Even though I can't make it live, I'm still super hyped for this game. You're not starting Everett. I'm waiting to hear what's going on with Zach Everett. I would say the more realistic thing that you'll see with the injury concerns is that you're going to see Darnell Mooney. Actually, no, I think it would be Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, versus Chicago. Brandon Ayuk over Michael Thomas, and then Gerald Everett over Zach Ertz just because of the injury concerns right now. 3rd and 6 coming up. Boom, baby. I actually might end up starting Gerald Everett regardless. I do think out of all the matchups, the Raiders is a very good one for tight ends, specifically for the Chargers. I might end up starting Gerald Everett. Here comes another sack by Joey Bosa. Yo, 3 sacks for Bosa. It's Bosa and Keenan Allen both fighting for that game ball today. Let's go. Rams lost way too much. That 4th, 5th year dynasty window. Yeah, painful starters leaving unless you draft well. And right now they don't really draft. They just trade. That's all they really do. Sure, they got Bobby Wagner. They got a couple of pieces here and there, but I think overall, the last game we saw on Thursday was kind of a huge indicator of what's really going on with the Los Angeles Rams. Randy says, Director, been watching your channel for a while now. Great content. Bolt up. Hey, bolt up, Ryan. Appreciate the love, man. GG's. Excited for the game tomorrow. We're here with the pre-game hype live stream season finale of the Sim Series. Keenan Allen's got his X Factor, by the way. It's about to get real. 1st and 10, Justin Herbert. He's gonna go, floats it to Gerald Everett. 2nd and 3 coming up. And that's the end of the quarter. Bang, baby. Bang, bang. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Chargers, who've been looking fantastic both on offense and on defense. Just superstars screaming in there as Austin Eckler's going to take the carry. Finds a nice hole. Wait a minute, that's number 25, Joshua Kelly. Joshua Kelly with a nice carry there. Take him all the way down to the 39-yard line. Okay, so I just remembered too. Sony Michel's number 20, right? He's number 20 with the Chargers now. Is that his New Jersey number? Help me out, chat. 25, Joshua Kelly. Have Urban Williams ready for tomorrow. Yes, sir. As Austin Eckler is going to bounce off a tackler and get down at the 30-yard line. Chargers easily could go up 24-2. Let's throw another touchdown, though. I like to see that 28-2. This is feeling, a lot like the Rams game we saw on Thursday night. Keenan and Mike have admiration for each other. Absolutely. 2nd and inches. Here comes the quarterback draw. What? And there goes Justin Herbert, who's rushed 3 times for 34 yards this game. Unbelievable. Didn't rush once in the last game versus the Colts, and there he goes, just running all over the Rams. You got to slide, though. Justin. Slide for director, please. 1st and 10. We got Horvath out there with Austin Eckler. It is going to be a run by Eckler. Eckler tries to bounce to the outside. It's going to be a 3-yard pickup down to the 19. Chargers just trying to milk some clock now. Make the game last 10-minute quarters. I wish I could, Danny. I wish I could. It's been lasting 15-minute quarters all the way up till this episode. We almost scrapped the season finale just because of scheduling conflicts. But I decided, let's get on today. Let's shorten the quarters. Let's close this thing out. Even with that, it's looking pretty good. 2nd and 7. Justin, he's going to sling it underneath, and it is intercepted by the Rams. And that's going to be David Long with the interception. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Still only 3 minutes left. They're down plenty. See if the Rams can come up with something here with the game winding down. I liked this, though. I think 6-minute quarters, but on arcade, it's definitely a lot more entertaining. We'll keep it with arcade with the season finale, too, versus the Broncos. And the Chargers are 3 minutes away of going 13-3 into the season. Would love to see a 14-3 record on the Sim Sundays. $20 holla coming in from Karen. What's going on, Karen? Says joining late today. Go Bolts! I won't join late tomorrow. We'll see you bright and early. Not really bright and early, but you know what I mean. So stoked for the Chargers game tomorrow. Karen, thank you so much for dropping in here. $20 holla and all the love. So excited for kickoff tomorrow. Karen, the real question is, how much sleep will be had tonight as we anticipate the Chargers kickoff in the morning?
Joining late today. Go Bolts, and I won't join the late tomorrow.
Let's go, Karen. Thank you so much for the $20 holla. Every single season, without fail, the night before the game, I am up almost all night, just super excited. Then I'm so tired for the first stream of the year. I'm just like, Thank you so much, Karen, for the love and the $20 holla. We'll see you tomorrow, right? It's going to be a good one. Oh, my God. So excited. So excited. About 24 hours away. 24 hours away from the first game of the season for the Chargers. So stoked. Karen, thank you again so much. I appreciate the love. Which game are you excited about the most, excluding Chargers versus Raiders? Again, I wanted to go to this game, the Chargers versus the Rams. This was the one I was so excited for. So excited to go see this game. But unfortunately, it's on New Year's Day, so I couldn't make it out for the game. But this is the one I have highlighted. This is the one I have highlighted. Of course, I'm also very excited to go see the Chargers take on the Dolphins, as that's the game I'm going to be attending in person this season. But yeah, we got quite a few. I'm equally as excited about the Thursday night game to follow the Raiders game. Want to go see how the Chargers fare up against the new Kansas City Chiefs. Very close to being intercepted there. The Rams making a drive here, but it might be too little too late. Oh, what matchup excluding the Chargers matchup in week 1? Oh, that's a good question. That's actually a really good question. I think me personally, it's got to be the Vikings versus the Packers, because I want to see what the Packers look like without Devontae Adams. But I honestly, if it's for fantasy purposes, I want to see Justin Jefferson go out there and slay, which again is so crazy. There are Dolphins fans that hate us for Justin because he's so good. There are Vikings fans that hate us because they wanted Justin Jefferson to be the offensive rookie of the year. There are Bengals fans that hate us because they believe that Burrow is better, and he's really good. But I think just looking at the players, I think Justin Herbert definitely is better. But I love all those players, man. I think Joe Burrow's the man, dude. He's the dude. I love watching Joe Burrow play football. I love Tua Tagovailoa because I loved him in Alabama, and I still do. I'm excited. That's part of the reason why I'm going to the Dolphins game is to see Tua. And I love Justin Jefferson. Oh, man, dude. That dude, Randy Moss incarnate. As the Chargers are going to allow a touchdown to the Rams there. Big touchdown there for Allen Robinson. That'll close the gap a little bit, but it's going to go under review there. Chris coming back with the $5 Huz is going to watch in chat with you tomorrow. What's the expectation? Just live for that game, or you be on for the early slots too? No, just that game, just the Chargers game. I wish I had all the time to come in during the live slots as well. But honestly, even just one game of football, man, it's so crazy to even say these words out loud. It takes a lot out of you. It really does. It takes a lot out of you, keeping that hype and that energy for, 3.5 hours for a full NFL game. if I were to go ahead of time, I would have no juice left for the Bolts in that game. But we'll be there the entire Chargers game. It's going to be exciting. I might go out there and pick up some Monster energy drinks. I've, for the most part, stayed. I used to be a huge Monster energy drink guy. I would have like one every single day without fail because I was an editor, right? I worked at a studio editing for a living. And for the most part, my window to edit was best between like 9 p.m. and like 4, 5, sometimes 6 in the morning is when I would edit. So I got really hooked on Monsters for a long time. And one of the biggest things I had to kick over my diet was to stop drinking Monsters, man. Even the zero sugar ones, like, don't do it. It just makes me feel blah. You know what I mean? And since then, I've maybe had like 2, maybe 3 Monsters since February. And because I'm not doing it consistently, I don't think it hits me quite the same way anymore. So I might grab a Monster, you know what I mean? First one in a while. They have that new gold flavor, which is really nice. We go out there, we have all the energy, the hypes, the kicks. We'll let the crash come after the game a little bit, but it'll be fun. Want to hear all the Chargers touchdown Chargers, baby. Let's go, let's go. If the Bengals had a line, Burrow wouldn't get hurt. Yeah. Maybe he's Offensive Rookie of the Year. You never know, especially with that record and everything. But yeah, for the most part, I love both those players so much. Justin Herbert, obviously incredible, the best quarterback to come in this NFL era in his first 3 seasons. Joe Burrow, so much fun to watch. That draft was just stacked, dude. Tua Tagovailoa, I would say underrated. I think he's going to have a pretty good year this year too. And then Justin Jefferson, obviously. He's one of my favorite players to watch offensively this season. I'm so happy I got him as a keeper too. And the way my league works is that you can keep a player for 3 seasons, right? So I drafted Justin Jefferson last year. I can keep him for a second this year, a first next year, and a first the year after that. So he's going to be on my team a long time. So Austin Eckler's busting through, man. They're in the red zone pretty much here now. So excited, man. So excited. Chargers about to close this one out. Only a few seconds left in the 4th quarter, and they're going to walk away 13-3, leading up to our season finale game versus the Denver Broncos to close it out. Denver Broncos. So excited that the season's back, baby. So excited. Did the Chargers kneel? I think that one's going to do it, baby. I think that one's going to do it. I think the Chargers kneeling it out, getting ready to go 13-3. And we'll move on to the Denver Broncos. Have you looked at any mock drafts for 2023? I know it's early. Yeah, I haven't yet. Okay, so I'll be honest. A part of me wants to because I used to all the time. The problem is I have a personality. I get it from my mother, where I get super excited about stuff and then I start pushing too much attention towards that thing. And I do that all the time. I'm going to start looking at the draft, I think maybe around week 6. So that, number 1, I have updated information and rankings. And number 2, I don't jump the gun. I want to be able to focus, you know what I mean, on team composition. That's the biggest thing I'm focusing on right now, is what does the Chargers team look like with all these new pieces throughout the first few weeks of the season. It'll be fun, though. It'll be fun. We'll start taking a look into it around week 6. Daniel Popper's a Twitter goat. Yeah, absolutely. If you're a Chargers fan, you're not following Daniel Popper, you're doing it wrong. Love doing own mock drafts. The year Herbert was drafted, I only got 3 picks right. Burrow, Tua, and Herbert. Thank God. And thank God, man. Thank God. There we go. Let's take a look at the stats here real quick, guys, before we jump into our season finale game versus the Denver Broncos. Who's going to be your player of the game in this one? Well, let's see. Justin Herbert, 173 touchdowns and an interception. Rushing, we got Austin Eckler, 5.5 a carry. Of course, he's got some nice receptions in there as well. Justin Herbert, 32 yards on the ground, too. He's definitely up in the runnings there, too. Keenan Allen, 88 for 2 touchdowns. Incredible. Let's just go to the Chargers here. 4 for 32 for Austin Eckler. Jared Everett, 21 in the tutty. And then defensively, this is actually a little tough because Joey Bosa got 3 sacks. 3 sacks. But you know what? Joey has won it quite a bit. I think we're going to give it to Keenan Allen. That touchdown was absolutely spectacular. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you think as we get our next game ready. The season finale of Sim Series is underway. We'll be right back in just a few seconds here with the Chargers versus the Broncos. And we are back. The Chargers-Broncos game. Sorry, feels a little bit rushed. Scheduling-wise, had to kind of get in and out of the stream today. We had 3 games. But it's been fun, man. It's been a really fun series. We'll see what the Chargers end up as right now. As of right now, they are 13-3. If they could end 14-3, that would make me very, very happy, of course. But it's been a good offseason, man. I'm glad that we stumbled on this series as well. It's been entertaining, if anything, right? Getting to see a sneak peek of the team. We'll start it a little bit earlier next offseason. For the most part, you just kind of have to wait for somebody to do a custom roster because I don't want to do all 32 teams. I'll do the Chargers every single season, but man, updating all the other teams, kind of a pain in the booty. But I do hope we can start it a little bit sooner next year. 13-3 is your record. And the Chargers looking really good. Hopefully they can end 14-3, give us a very strong record to end the Sim Series with. It got a lot easier once Madden 23 came out, I'll tell you that too. 2nd and 13 for the Chargers, taking the field on the offense at first. Here comes Austin Eckler. He's going to pick up the first down and a lot more. Austin Eckler bounces off the outside. He may go all the way to open up this game with a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler. What an electric start to this game as the Bolts, not even a minute into play, are going to find the end zone with their superstar running back. 30's in the chat, baby. Let's go. Really wish you kept stats from the Sim record. Oh, I got to go find. Somebody sent me. I'll be looking for that while we're watching the game, too. Somebody sent me the stats. I got to go find them. Somebody was keeping track. I'm a bad director. I haven't been keeping an eye on that. But we'll look for it. We'll find it. Chargers on offense, though. Electric start, baby. Let's go. Much love to everybody out there, man. Who ended up sending me the stats? Somebody sent me the stats, I think like 2 weeks ago. I would love to at least get a glance at them. Before we wrap things up here, as the Broncos are going to return it down to the 26-yard line. Hey, Ducks for life. I'm looking through all my message requests. That's pretty sick, though. I'm looking at the monsters, the pictures of the monsters that you sent me. I would say, everybody, if you can, stay away from monsters as much as possible. But in moderation, I think they're okay. Ducks for life. You say that's you? Awesome, man. Let me give you a follow here real quick. Sorry, I get so many random messages. It's hard to keep up.
Great Sim Saturday. Had to put myself on IR after I crashed a bird scooter. Oh. But I'll be there tomorrow with you and the crew sporting my black eye, sore shoulder and bruised ego. Go Bolts.
Steve coming in with the battle scars, though, man. This man's battle tested. Let's get it. Steve, I hope you feel better, man. That's a wild story. You crashed a bird scooter? I hope you made it out as unscathed as possible. But you know what? There's no better cure than Chargers football. Am I right? Feel better soon, man. Thank you so much for the $10 holiday, Steve. I hope that the Chargers and their dominance tomorrow, brings in some good vibes for our wounded soldier out there, man. Steve, I appreciate the love. 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. And he's going to hit, it looks like Jerry Jeudy for a first down. Chargers up 7. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I really want to see if I can find that tweet. Because my man went through and he found all the stats, and I feel like crap that I haven't had a chance to take a look at anything yet. Hello, Kyle. Who sent them to me? Well, I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking as we watch. Going to the game tomorrow by myself. Hey, dude, be safe. Have fun. Have fun. 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. They're going to break off a big run. I think that's Melvin Gordon. And Gordon's going to pick up 20-something yards on that run. Oof. In Chargers territory now. He saw his ex-teammate take it all to the house. He's trying to replicate. Can't wait till we watch the games with you and heard all your excitement. I'm so excited, dude. I can't even tell you. I'm trying to, like, if I'm being honest, I'm trying to, like, take the hype down a couple notches because I'm going to make myself excited where I can't sleep. I'm gonna make myself sick with excitement. Here comes an underneath toss to Melvin Gordon again, and that's going to be 2nd and 1 coming up for the Broncos. Man, I'm a bad person. I cannot find it for the life of me. Hang on. I think I found him. By Bolt Up NFL. Okay. Aha! We got him, baby. Bolt Up NFL, shout out to you, my man. Shout out to you. We got him. We'll show it after the video. I don't know how updated it is, but he's been keeping track. Beautiful. Yeah! Let's go, baby. Oh, thank God. I was feeling like such crap. Oh, man, such crap. Chris coming in here with the $5. Would you rather Mike McCoy be our head coach again, or have young rookie Younghoe Koo back on the squad? No, he can't become what he is at Atlanta. Of course, I think I would take the kicker. That would definitely be like sketchy, and I would be worried all the time. But Mike McCoy, man, that dude's whatever system he was trying to implement was garbage. It was garbage, especially offensively. Mike McCoy. Did not enjoy the Mike McCoy years at all. Let's go. Thank you again so much, Chris, for the $5 haul. Again, you're giving me them reps, the mental reps, dude. Every time you chime in with them hollas, I'm like, okay, here comes Confucius says. Appreciate the love, man. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Broncos as we are winding down this first quarter. The Chargers up 7. Can they get a stop, Ben? But don't break as we're just panning to the sky. Just panning to the sky. Yeah, after this game, I might run to the gas station, get some monsters for tomorrow. So stoked, so hyped. Here comes Russell Wilson. Passes it underneath. Very close to a touchdown. Can the Chargers get a goal line stop? If the Chargers won a Super Bowl, would you and Mrs. Director celebrate, cry, tears, joy, pop champagne, scream? Dude, I honestly don't know. I can't tell you. There's been games where it felt like as exciting as a Super Bowl, but it was nowhere near that hype level. When we beat the Chiefs, as the Broncos are going to score, with Mike Williams' 2-point conversion, I literally was like almost in tears, so happy, so excited. If we won a Super Bowl, I may legitimately pass out from screaming. I may legitimately, even when I was at the game versus the Steelers last season, I was screaming so much. I was pumped so full of shots and boos. I felt myself get lightheaded a couple of times. I think I would legitimately pass out from excitement. I can't tell you, man. Until the day it happens, I cannot tell you. It's almost like a unicorn, right? Like you would be just so overwhelmed with like excitement, confusion. It would, I don't know. It's the unicorn. Until we see it, we won't know. Say what you will, but Mike McCoy and Anthony Lynn both got his playoff wins. That's true, Danny Bushpop. It's definitely true. But man, there were so many things that made me cringe every single week. And yeah, we've seen a couple from Brandon Staley, but Brandon Staley, it's hard to talk about him without sounding like a homer, right? But like, Brandon Staley's like my kind of dude when it comes to games, when it comes to to how you tackle anything in life. Like, you take a look at the experiences of other people, you grab those metrics down to the numeral value, and you exercise it, you execute, and that's really what gets me excited about what he brings to the table. I love analytics, I really do, and I love the way that Brandon Staley operates. So even if it's not 100% successful, because nothing is, even in the world of analytics, I like that. I like that so much about him. He just seems like a very intelligent dude to me. Very, very intelligent. As the Chargers back on offense, Austin Eckler carries it for 3 yards. We are tied at 7 with 5:54 left in the second quarter. We're almost there, man. Oh, so excited. We're almost there. Almost to kickoff. Yo! Did the new Mandalorian trailer just drop too? Oh! Might have to check that out. I might have to check that out right after this, man. I am so excited. Oh, bleh, I'm going to throw up from excitement. That's what's going to happen when we win a Super Bowl. I'm going to throw up from excitement. As Justin Herbert's going to get sacked by Bradley Chubb. 3rd and 16. Can we convert? Oh, new Mandalorian. Please and thank you. Justin Herbert's going to try and find a target deep. He's scrambling, trying to find somebody open. And it's Gerald Everett with a huge reception. Gerald Everett brings it in on the sideline. Yo, 1st and 10 on the run. What a pass by Justin Herbert. Just barely fitting that in to Gerald Everett. And that is a huge first down. 7s and 10s in the chat. Bang, bang, baby. I hope it's a new trailer. Mandalorian just posted a video an hour ago. I got to go check that out. I always wait and I watch it on my big screen. Yeah, baby. Season 3 trailer. Oh, my God, I'm so excited. Right after the game, I'm going to go check that out. Oh, my God, I'm so excited. You guys heard, like, my top things that I value in my hobbies. Star Wars, dude, something since I was, even before the Chargers, Star Wars has been a huge obsession of mine. Star Wars, Chargers, video games. Those are my top 3 things that I'm just, oh, man, I get so pumped for. As Austin Eckler's going to pop off another nice run there on 2nd and 6. Chargers got the ball at the 21-yard line. Oh, I'm so stoked. My wife doesn't take off for another, like, hour so we can watch it together. Let's go! Oh, so excited. Chargers versus Bills in the AFC Championship. I feel like the Chargers and their potential, and my expectation, at least, expectation is such a harsh word, but what I'm feeling is that the Chargers make it to the AFC Championship game, and I do think at this point it's going to be versus the Bills. From there, it's in their hands, man. You're testing everything that they've put up throughout the whole season. But again, we're counting our chickens, right? Before they hatch. Making it to the playoffs, getting a playoff win is what I'm really hopeful for this season. I think that would be a successful season. What I feel, though, in their potential is that they can make it to the AFC Championship game. And from there, it's kind of up to them. They got to make it happen. So hyped. Chargers Super Bowl champs loading. We are loading, baby. It's so hard, dude. Like, when I first started the channel, I was just this dude who has, like, a complex where he gets too excited about stuff. I get it. I get it from my mother. It's been a personality trait since I was a little kid. As the Chargers almost pick up another touchdown. That's Keenan Allen. Almost getting there. So it's really hard for me to rein it in sometimes and not sound so biased and too positive and optimistic. But this year, I've been telling people, like, I know I have a reputation of being an optimistic person, but this is the year, man, to throw down. I've never seen a roster quite like this. It's Justin Herbert's going to get sacked. I really think, again, the closest thing that I've seen to it is the 2006 Chargers. And even then, man, this roster is something special. This year does feel different. I feel like the optimism is much more warranted than it has been in years past. This is the year to throw down the hype. Put your neck on the line. You know what I mean? Declare you're a Chargers fan. Because this is the year that we've been waiting for. 3rd and goal coming up for the Bolts. Let's get a touchdown, man. Toss it up to Donald Parham. If it's anything like Madden Ultimate Team, toss it up to Donald Parham. Get yourself a touchdown. Did I see the new Black Adam trailer? I haven't yet. I got to go check it out. I really loved Shazam. I hope that Black Adam carries a similar air about it. But at the same time, DC is so hit and miss nowadays. I really liked the new Suicide Squad, though. I will say that. And Justin Herbert misses a wide open Josh Palmer. And they're going to have to settle for 3 and hope they can hold up for a minute without letting the Broncos tie. I'll check out Black Adam today, though, too. Darius Butler said on Pat McAfee that he's picking the Chargers to beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. The Eagles? He thinks the Eagles are going to make it for the NFC? I guess it's... If Jalen Hurts turns into Michael Vick, maybe. Who's my pick for the NFC? It's not the Packers anymore. I mean, it still could be. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them. Who's your guys' NFC teams? Let me know in the comment section. Who's your NFC teams? Eagles are pretty stacked, too. They got themselves some nice pieces. Vikings versus Chargers. Vikings look pretty good, but they have a lot of pieces missing on defense. You guys like the Eagles this year, huh? On the NFC? That's interesting. I know the Eagles did load up, but I haven't viewed them that way yet so far. Maybe I'll have to take a look at their team. Niners is a good pick because I think Trey Lance could transform over one season. I do. Still picking. I wouldn't put it past the Green Bay. The Rams definitely, but not the Rams. They're gonna have to really prove it after Thursday, right? I wouldn't put it past the Cardinals. That NFC East is pretty stacked too. I think the Cardinals could definitely make it to the big game. That's a tough one. That's a really tough one. The Rams could return. Bucks, even Saints. I would say my favorite right now has got to be the Bucks. If Tom Brady can go out there and do what he did a couple years ago, I think it's the Bucks for me. I think the Bucks would be my favorite. NFC lost a lot of Pro Bowlers. The AFC Eagles stacked up. That is true. The Chargers. Bend but don't break, my friends. Don't let them tie it up before the half. I think my pick would still have to be the Bucks. They're still loaded. That defense looks really good. If Tom Brady can still do Tom Brady things, their offense looks insane. Yeah, my pick would be the Bucks. But I'll look into the Eagles a little bit, man. They got a couple players that I really love. Of course, Kaiser White. I really loved Hasten Reddick. Oh, I think Hasten Reddick is so underrated. He was another really nice pickup. They got A.J. Brown, who turned definitely into something special there. Who's the running back still, though? Is it still Sanders? Well, I still think it's a good running back, but maybe that's one of their weaker points. Who's their tight end? Goddard? Is it still Goddard? Who are their corners, too? Darius Slay is really good. Who do they have outside of that? Safeties. Was it Anthony Harris? I don't know. I have to take a look into their team again. You like the Cowboys? I don't know if I can ever believe in the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboy hater. I'll say that right now. But the Cowboys just always seem so... I don't know. Don't give up a touchdown, Chargers. Don't do it, man. 32 seconds. Bend but don't break. Do not give up a touchdown here. I want to end 14-3. If it came down to the Bolts and the Niners and the stadium would be packed with Chargers fans. There's a lot in Arizona. Oh, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying because it's being held at what's the stadium called? Glendale, right? In Glendale. They have James Bradbury. Bradbury's okay. He's not good. He's not too bad. Him and Darius Slay. I'm about it. I'm about it. I know this is a Sim Sunday, but I'm sorry. You guys piqued my curiosity now. Eagles. Let's look at their depth chart. That's probably an easier way to take a look at things. Eagles depth chart. Come on, Chargers. Hold them out. Don't let Russell scramble. It's going to be Cortland Sutton with the touchdown. The Broncos are going to take the lead here right before the second half. I think they received, too. Not good. Not good. All right, here are the guys I'm going to point out. Hurts at quarterback. I think he's serviceable. Sanders and Gainwell, they're okay. Wide receivers, all of a sudden looking pretty good. Quez Watkins was not too bad. Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown look great. Dallas Goedert could be good. I know Jordan, is it Mailata? Their left tackle, he was a breakout guy. Lane Johnson's good. Samalo is also really good, too, at guard. They got chasing. Yeah, their offensive line's really good, even if they lost Andre Dillard. Their defense, Brandon Graham's still good. Fletcher Cox still good. Javon Hargrave's great. Josh Sweat. Wow. Kaiser White. TJ Edwards. Nakobe Dean's good. Hasten Reddick. James Bradbury. Marcus Epps, I'm not quite sure about. Oh, they got C.J. Gardner, too. I totally forgot about that trade. C.J. Gardner at safety, that's quite the pickup as well. And then Darius Slay at corner. Yeah, okay, I'll say it. The Eagles look really good. The Eagles look pretty stacked. Not going to lie. Can't lie. Eagles look pretty dang good. I think they're going to take their division. The Chargers are going to get a couple seconds here before the second half. Hurts is better than Tua, and you like him. I guess that's true. I guess that is really true. Tua is going to be one of those guys, man, where I'm like, this is it, man. I'm still rooting for Tua. I've never rooted against him. But if you're telling me that they got you Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki, right? They went out and got him like 1 billion running backs. They got him a pretty decent offensive line. If they can get you all these weapons and you still don't put up, might be the year, man. The Dolphins consider a different quarterback. But I'm a believer in Tua. I think that he can do just enough, right? He feels like Walmart Drew Brees, which might be good enough for that Miami team. And the potential of like Drew Brees 2.0, we'll say. Not quite Drew Brees, but he's okay. He's not bad. Wondering what game you're going to go see this year. I'm going to go see the Chargers take on the Dolphins. I like Tua. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chargers fans. I know. It's impossible to conceive that the director likes other players in the NFL outside the Chargers, but I do. Of the Dolphins, I really like Byron Jones, Xavier Howard. I really love Mike Gesicki, even though there's a situation with him right now we don't really know about. I love Jalen Waddle. I'm not a huge Tyreek fan, if I'm being honest. I respect him, but man, too many years of pain with him. Oh, big pressure there. Chargers get themselves only giving up a couple yards there. I like Tua. Chase Edmonds, I guess I'm undecided about. I like Ogba. I like a lot of players on the Dolphins, if I'm being honest. Preston Smith, too. They got some players. It'll be a good game. It'll be fun. Dolphins living up to the name by being fast. They got a lot of speed, is all I'm going to say, too. They got a lot of speed. Dolphins will pay Lamar. How crazy would that be? Here comes the pass underneath to Jerry Jeudy, and it is a Broncos first down. Jackson's doubtful. Yeah, I saw that. Again, we can't rule it out technically yet, but just knowing Brandon Staley, it feels like he's going to budget Breeze. I like that. It feels like he's going to sit him out. If I'm being honest, I would love to see 27 tomorrow. I really would. I hope we do. But just knowing Brandon Staley, he's going to sit him out. Here comes the pass to the outside. 6 yards for the Broncos. They're moving. Game day decision. Oh, man, please. Because, I mean, we've seen him running around. He's shedded the boot. He's been running around like a crazy person. He looks good. I hope that Staley is just playing the long con. He's just playing us right now, right? I hope so. So bad. I hope so. Easy to hate Tyreek. Yeah, I feel you. Over the middle, it's Jeudy again. And the Broncos are moving. They could take a 21-10 lead, and that would be very hard for the Chargers to overcome. Staley said he would be a game day decision. Okay, all right. Hey, man, let's send all sorts of good vibes into the universe. Get J.C. Jackson healed up overnight. Because, again, the procedure was not as complicated as we thought at first. Rather have him healthy for next week than rush it this week. I'm also of that same opinion, too, man. Because I think the Chargers can take on the Raiders without J.C. Can we take on Kansas City, though? The reigning AFC West champion? Maybe we need him more for Kansas City. Go to the Chargers versus the Raiders game tomorrow. I wish I could, man. That was my number 2. So my top 3 games were versus the Rams, versus the Raiders, and the Dolphins. And the first 2 couldn't make happen with the schedule. But we'll be here on stream. It'll be a lot of fun. There goes another pass, 7 yards for the Broncos. Bend but don't break. Let's get a turnover here, Chargers. Please let us end 14-3. That would be amazing. We'll see 27 on the field, hopefully. Hopefully. Really crossing my fingers. Hope to the Niners game. Oh, yeah, dude. The Niners going to be a fun game, too. 2 pretty nice defenses going head-to-head. Another pass underneath. Just Russell Wilson just dinking and dunking, man, his way all the way down the field. Let's get ourselves an interception. Remember, Vato held Adams for a few reps last time, and we played the Packers. Okay. If I'm the Chargers, I think I slide him on over to Bryce Callahan. Just because he's got that veteran experience. He's still pretty good, but it depends on where he plays, too. Callahan's much better in the slot. Here comes Russell Wilson trying to find some time. Again, underneath. It's been like 7 underneath passes in a row. 2nd and goal coming up for the Broncos. We get great look at our DBs like Asante. Yeah, Asante. Who else they got, though? I don't remember the other their name of their number 2 wide receiver, or technically their 3. But Renfro is probably going to get matched up a lot with Asante. Mike Davis, I have to imagine, gets a few with holy crap. Gets a few versus Darren Waller. We're going to see a lot of Derwin versus Darren Waller. But I do want to see Derwin James float around the field a little bit more. I would like to see that. So excited for fantasy football too. Ooh, we're there, man. It's football season, baby. We've been waiting so long for this. And that's going to be a touchdown to Albert O. And the Broncos take a 21-10 lead. Chargers going to need a pair of touchdowns here. Lead. I mean, out of 3 games, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We gotta hope, right? But there's just not that much time. The Chargers are gonna have to score twice in about 7 minutes. Short week, to be honest. Jackson's only playing 1 game. Raiders or Chiefs. It's gonna be Chiefs. I want to believe that he'll be there tomorrow, but I feel like it just makes more sense to save him for Kansas City. Sorry, I'm just checking to see the news on Michael Thomas. Because if he's playing, I'm still like, do I still bench him or do I play him? So excited for fantasy. And then Zach Ertz, we haven't heard much about either. I think I'm just going to bench Zach Ertz and start Gerald Everett. I have a feeling about Gerald Everett, dudes. I think he's going to do good. Of course, I think Zach Ertz has the better upside throughout the season. But I think in this matchup, the reason I took Everett, 1, because he's a Charger, and 2, because this first matchup is very favorable for the Chargers tight ends. And after I'm playing, I don't know if you guys remember who Trumpet Monkey is. I'm playing Trumpet Monkey this week, and he had Josh Allen, and the dude went off for like 30-something points. So we're gonna have a really good week. And Trumpet Monkey already has, let's see. Trumpet Monkey has a really good team because he had some nice keepers this year too. He kept Josh Allen. He's got Tyreek here. He kept Jamar Chase. He's got Dalvin Cook, Jamal Williams. He's got a good team too. So it's gonna be an uphill battle. All right, Chargers are 2nd and 6. They don't really have a lot of time to work with, so if they can score right away, maybe we can climb our way back in. Hoping we beat the Raiders by just enough so we won't be wondering what if when it comes to the J.C. Jackson situation. I feel you. Chargers will go down as the greatest 4th down quarterback in history. Huh? Oh, 4th down. I had to face Jared Allen and Diggs on Thursday. Down a bunch. Ugh. I mean, Josh Allen. I do that all the time, too, man. I love Jared Allen. I was a big Jared Allen fan. But that stack of Josh Allen and Diggs, that's rough. That's rough. They had a game. They had themselves a big game. Chargers got the first down. They stopped the clock. Actually, no, in Madden, that doesn't stop the clock. That's going to take us down to the 4th. I know, dude. The hype is building, dude. The hype is building. We're so stoked. We're so stoked for tomorrow. Oh. No worries, boss man. I'm a huge Jared Allen fan, too. That's why I was so excited when we got Bosa. He reminded me so much of Jared Allen. Is that proper of me to say? One's in the chat if Jared Allen and Joey Bosa kind of remind you guys of each other. The Chargers, they got to sling it, man. You got to get into that end zone quick. Yeah, the hype train, man. It's taking off. Where's Big Shrimp? I miss me some shrimp, baby. I miss me some shrimp. Do I have shrimp? I think I have shrimp. I think I'm going to make shrimp tonight. Sausage. It would be like one of them boils, right? Here comes Justin Herbert over the middle. That's going to be Austin Eckler. But you only got 5 minutes, man. You're going to have to sling it into the end zone. You're going to have to get out there quick. But Jared Allen had a fuller beard. I'm a Cowboys hater, but Cowgirls lover. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Larry. That's the right way to live your life. 1st and 10. Down 2 touchdowns. Chargers need to get downfield quick as Keenan Allen is going to pick up the first down or close to it. 4:30 left on the clock. Renfro so overrated. I hate being that guy, dude. Because I hate the Raiders so much. It's built in my DNA. But I have to respect Renfrow a little bit, man. I'm sorry, I do. I have to respect him a little bit. He's a good football player. I do think we got the pieces to counter him, though. Especially if JC plays. If JC plays, then you're going to expect to see a lot of Bryce Callahan all over Hunter Renfrow. Living like Larry. Can't wait to see Carr throw to Devontae. Ugh. That's the biggest thing. Like, okay, so obviously I wanted JC to be on the field so we would have a solid counter to Devontae Adams. That's the biggest thing. But as a football fan, even if Devontae bested him a couple of times, I wanted to see that matchup, dude. Devontae Adams, one of, if not the best wide receiver in the league, versus JC, one of, if not the best cornerback in the league. Just as a football fan, I wanted to see that happen. And even if we do see it happen, JC's not going to be 100. It's such a shame. We will see it later, though, in the year. Hopefully both those players are healthy and we can see that matchup later, because that's something I'm very excited about. Here comes the reception for Austin Eckler. Only a couple minutes left. I don't know if the Chargers are going to have enough time to come back from this one. We may see the Sim Series end at 13-4, which is my season prediction anyway, in real life. So I guess you never know. You never know what can happen. Can't wait to see Carr hand the ball off to Joey. He's going to hand the ball off to Joey. He's going to be like, wait a minute. That would make me so happy. I got to do a dad thing here real quick, guys. Hang on. There we go. 1st and 10 at the 2-minute warning. 13-4 is not bad, though, right? 13-4 is a solid record. That could take the AFC West. Because there's something that I think a lot of people need to realize, right? That the AFC West is so stacked. And yes, it does make things complicated for the Chargers, but it makes things complicated for the other 3 teams in the AFC West as well. Which means that you're going to have a pretty dang good performance outside of the division to take the division this season. Of course, in the division as well is equally as important. As the Chargers do get a touchdown. Hey, we still got a game! We still got a day. Josh Palmer. That is a Chargers touchdown. Josh Palmer, corner of the end zone. We got a game. Chargers need 1 stop with all 3 timeouts. It ain't over yet. You're going to have a really good performance in the AFC West, and you're going to have a good performance outside of that. So I think a record like 13-4, even 12, and they go for 2, and they get it. Keenan Allen with the 2, and the Chargers behind just a field goal at this point. Let's get it, baby. Come on. Let's go out there and grab that win for the finale. Shoot, what was I saying? I think a record of like 12-5 could take the division because it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough out there in the AFC West. And I think any one of these teams has the potential to go 12-5, to go 11-6, to go 13-4. It's going to get crazy, man. It's going to get crazy. It's going to be a crazy, crazy year. Would you be matched up against Michael Davis? Who would be matched up against Michael Davis? I think Michael Davis is going to see some reps versus, or some snaps versus Darren Waller. We've seen that a lot in years past. And he's going to be seeing a lot of Devontae Adams. So he might get swung around a lot, depending on where people line up. But who's the other guy? Let me take a look at the Raiders, because they have one other receiver that I actually don't remember the name of. Raiders depth chart. Who was the name of the other guy? Mac Hollins? Mac Hollins is their guy lined up opposite of Devontae Adams. He's a 6'4" guy. So it would make a lot of sense to put Mike Davis on him. He's got that height and speed. So I would say mainly that guy. What's his name? Mac Hollins. You guys want to see him? You guys got to stop him. You need to stop, Chargers. 1st and 10. You got to get a stop if you want to be back in this game. This is what he looks like, Mac Hollins. If you take a look at the Raiders depth chart, he's the guy they have listed, at least right now, opposite of Devontae Adams. You're likely going to see a lot of Hunter Renfrow in the slot. That's what we're working with there. That's their speed guy. So, yeah, it would make a lot of sense for Michael Davis, the tall, fast cornerback, to go up against Mac Hollins, the number 2 or number 3 wide receiver. They're Y receiver. And there goes Russell Wilson. He's not going to quite get the first down. He is. I think that did it, man. Russell Wilson takes off for the first down. I think that's going to be it. So Matt Collins, Mike Davis is going to be the matchup. Devontae Adams, it could be Asante Samuel Jr. I would personally put Bryce Callahan on him just because I think Bryce Callahan's got a little bit more experience versus receivers like that. And then I would put Hunter Renfrow with Asante Samuel Jr. I think that's what I would do. But if anything, guys, again, we have to understand and know our opponent if we're going to counter him. And we have to respect the kind of talent that they have at receiver, especially. Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow is really good. Darren Waller is really good. Fortunately for us, we do have the pieces to counter, but we are down one. If it was JC versus Devontae, I feel great. If it was Hunter Renfrow versus Bryce Callahan, I feel great. If it was Matt Collins versus Asante Samuel Jr. or Mike Davis, I feel great. And then, of course, you got Darren Waller being covered by Derwin James. That's also really, really good. But it's going to be crazy to see. It's going to be especially important to see how the Chargers tackle the assignments without JC in the lineup tomorrow. Ty Johnson would be our speed guy, but the dude has no hands. He had hands for us. I don't know what happened when he went to the Raiders. Why would you expose the Raiders' speed plug? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Is there such thing as good nightmares? I had the same dream where the Chargers are in the Super Model Bowl. Somehow is it? Oh. And there's the first down for the Broncos. That's going to wrap this game up. They're going to kneel it out. And this Sim Series finale is going to end with the Chargers at 13-4. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Type 1 if you're happy with that. Type 2 if you feel like it could have been better. And then also type in the chat your record prediction in real life for the Chargers. As we take a look at the stats here, both of this game and that has been kept tracked by one of our loyal followers here. There we go. 13-4. Martin says he's cool with it. Hugo says he's cool with it. I'm cool with it. And that's funny enough, that's my real life record prediction. Again, floor of 11-6, ceiling of 14-3. So I was going to split it and go 13-4 as my prediction. So let's take a look at the player stats here, as I actually have to run here real soon. So perfect timing, perfect timing. Justin Herbert, 140 for a tutty. Austin Eckler was going crazy from the start of the video. 102 touchdowns. I think he would end up being the guy if there was a game ball. Josh Palmer with the clutch touchdown, and then defensively, no sacks. That's tough. That's hard to believe. No sacks. Poor defensive performance this week. Nothing too crazy. So as we wrap this up, I did want to give a huge shout out to my guy, Bolt Up NFL, I think was his name. Yep, Bolt Up NFL. Huge shout out to him, man. He's been keeping track of some of these stats here. Let me actually make this a little bigger. There we go. Can we sort by these? No, we'll just take a look at some of the individuals here. I don't know what week he was keeping track of these, but the Derwin James had 3 sacks, an interception, 2 forced fumbles. JC had 11 interceptions. And again, he's probably had more. I don't know how many weeks this was kept track of. Bryce Callahan had 2. Asante had 3. Nasir had 2. 10 tackles for loss, too, by Derwin. That's pretty impressive. Michael Davis had 1. What about sacks? Which is the sacks one? Because the sacks is right here. 3 by Derwin, 2 by Nasir, 2 by Asante Samuel. Not bad. Sebastian had 3. Covington had 1 or 2. Jerry Tillery had 1.5. Morgan Fox had 2.5. Khalil Mack had 13.5 sacks to Joey Bosa's 17. That's 30.5 sacks. And again, it did not count to these last couple of games. So it's going to be somewhere around 35 sacks this season. Amazing. Beautiful defensive stats. Unfortunately, we don't have the offensive stats, but huge shout out, man. Huge shout out to my guy, Bolt Up NFL. Super, super fun. And thank you guys to everybody that threw down some super chats today, threw down some hype today, just being here today. So much fun, guys. Get super excited about kickoff tomorrow, dudes. Of course, I'm going to be here about between 30 and 15 minutes ahead of the game, so we can talk a little bit about the matchups. Maybe we get some news about J.C. Jackson or any other players for the Chargers or the Raiders. Should be a lot of fun. And just get hyped, man. Chargers football returns tomorrow. Can I get some bolt-ups in the chat, baby? Bolt-ups in the chat. Chargers football returns tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. The Chargers Sim Series finale ends at 13-4. Fantastic. Let's hope that's in real life as well. We'll see you next time. Get hyped about the game tomorrow. And as always, bolt up and stay frosty. Beautiful, baby. Let's go Chargers football tomorrow. Want to watch football without the restrictions of blackouts or cable? Check out expressvpn.com to help you get access to all the live games. Sign up today using the link in the description to get 3 free months.